39, aka the Bear Cave. I'm Robby, and this is another episode of Spotlight 39. So before we get into it, make sure you like, you subscribe, you share this video, share the channel, man. We really want to continue to help as many young athletes as possible. I think what I'm doing, straight from the heart. I feel real good about it. Obviously, I like to go lightning fast, but 2 weeks in, I've had a handful of young athletes, coaches, and even some professional athletes reach out to me as well to be a part of it. So I'm very honored on where we're at now. But please, let's continue to grow this thing. We want to make it as big as possible. So hit that like button, subscribe, and just share on all your social media. So without further ado, we got another young man with another story to tell. So I'm going to let him get into it. So if you want to introduce yourself, who you are, where you're from, what you do, all that fun stuff, and then we're going to have some conversation.
Sure. Hey, I'm Robby Harrison from Greenwood, South Carolina. I'm in the class of 22. I play defensive end. Um, I play at Emerald High.
Okay.
And we're a 3A school, so we're right there in the mid
Okay.
and low down.
So it's a good size school though, good size program, good amount
Yes,
of
sir.
talent that you play, right?
Yes, sir.
And are you guys fortunate enough to have had a season or be in current season?
Yes, sir. We're currently in the season. We
Okay,
This will be week 8.
week 8. Okay, so how long is your season before playoffs start?
Uh, the fortune this year we didn't make it, so
Okay,
this will be our last week.
this is gonna be the last game. Okay,
Yes,
well, you know what? You still got another year to come back and do bigger and better things, right?
yes, sir.
You'll learn from this year, and then you'll take that, develop, and then bring it to your teammates next year and be that team leader, right?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic, man. So, while we're on the subject of the season, walk me through a little bit of your personal highlights. How's it going for you so far?
Feel like I had a pretty good season. As coming in, knowing we have a short amount of time to get prepared, knowing the season started in September late, felt I took advantage mostly of this off season.
Sure.
I wish I got to do more of what I wanted to do, but felt I got in good enough to better myself than what I was last season.
Okay, so you say you took advantage of it, right? So I know a lot of the young guys I've been talking to thus far, they've been doing hardcore training regimens, and one dude made up his quarantine Olympics, but they all pretty much had the same end result, right? They all wanted to get bigger, stronger, faster,
Mm-hmm.
and they all hit that goal. Is that something that you set out for yourself?
Yes, sir. It's just I want to work on little things to fix this season
Okay.
that I did through last season, and I'll continue to work on those to try and fix it.
Yeah, so talk to me a little about those. Typically, I start with strengths, but since you mentioned it, let's look at your opportunity. Now that you've recognized it, and what are you doing to get bigger, or better, stronger, faster at it?
Well, here in Greenwood, I work with a guy. His name is Jamal Crawford. Who we call him Who around here.
Okay,
It's next level fitness. So we work everything we do. We do the basics, the little things, and we work at an elite type level. So we do field work. We work at an elite level to work on the basics to fix that. But the translate over into practice into game time.
okay,
So we when we weight train, we build we build ourselves with it. Well, nice high reps. Keeping our body going, keeping it tone, getting muscle endurance,
okay,
keeping. We got the way we eat too. The way he help us to try and fix the way we eat.
okay. So it's pretty strenuous per se, right? And very
Yes, sir.
detailed, with strong results. So going into quarantine, right? So did you have a weight goal that you wanted to reach? Like, did you want to get bigger, or were you working on core muscle? What was your specific focus area?
During quarantine, I got up in weight. So
Okay,
when I hit it, and the guy too that be with us the next level, his name is Brandon, our D line coach there. He
okay,
uh he came to me and he was broke it down to me. Weight, I need to control my weight. So this I went hard, lost the weight, and I got very much stronger. I put on more muscle
okay.
than what I had weight now.
Awesome, man. So we've recognized the opportunity. You've got a plan in place, that you're working religiously. So I commend you for that. Keep up the hard work. You'll
Yes,
definitely
yes.
you'll reach your goals, man. You're a strong-minded young man. So let's talk about some of your strengths, right? So what are some of the things that make you stand out on the field that your coaches recognize, or that you've recognized your teammates, hell, even some of your opponents. You know what I mean? If you're coming off the defensive line, I'm sure the quarterbacks, that's probably your best friend, but you're not theirs, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
Uh,
walk me through some of your strengths.
my strengths, I try to use my strength. So when I get hold of you, I like to grab you to let you know I got hold of you.
Okay.
So like, when I'm coming in on a tackle, I want you to know I hit you.
Okay.
Uh,
You bringing the heat.
yes, sir.
Okay.
So I think I got better at reading, jacking the man or reading, getting off, and going to make a play,
Okay.
and on pass using more. I'm trying to use more hands now, but I done got in the habit of using power moves to blow them back, to blow them out the
Okay.
track, to make an inside move.
I got you. So how many times have you gotten at the quarterback this year?
I want to say about 8 or 9 times.
Okay. So 8 or 9 sacks.
Yes, sir.
Any
In total, I got like Friday was two. I had two
okay.
sacks.
Good deal. And then tackles for loss, give or take.
We really haven't like went over the stats, but uh, my most tackles for loss is about four.
Okay. Okay. So you're disrupting the backfield is what you're saying, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. Good deal, man. So we obviously got a good snapshot of who you are as a talent, right? And who you
Yes,
are as
sir.
an athlete. But are you as good in, the classroom as you are on the field, my man?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so talk to me about that. What's your grades look like? How's your test scores?
Oh, I got good good tests. Like since the 8th grade, when I know I wanted to get serious about football. I mean,
Uh,
I was good in school then, but before I got serious, but when I got serious, my dad, main one about academics. He broke down. He really broke that down to me about.
you ain't getting the grades, you ain't playing the game.
Yeah, if you don't got grades, you might as well cancel your time playing this game.
That's it.
So he was, and then at that time he was bigger than you, so I was like,
He
I
said at the
gotta,
time. So you bigger than him now?
yeah.
That's
But
funny.
knew if I ain't get no grades, I wouldn't have to deal with daddy. So really, I buckled down. I was like, I love my homeboy, but I gotta when the class time between them times, I gotta buckle in there. I mean, I can see him at lunch and after school, but in class, I take it very seriously.
No, that's
I
that's
I
great,
don't
man.
play about it.
Yeah, because grades are
Testing,
going to be very important when it comes. Like I said at the beginning, you could have all the talent in the world, but if you ain't got the grades to back it, you don't have the character,
is a
inside of you to back it. That talent's going to go to waste. It's only going to take you so far. So we got the grades, right? We got the test scores. We got the talent. But who are you as a person? What do you like to do off the field?
I love to help people. Like
Okay.
love I love getting extra work, but if there's a kid younger than me that want to know something to learn something, I try to teach them what I was taught.
Okay.
Because you keep giving it on, it's gonna be hectic here. Like it's gonna be a lot more talent coming up here. So if if I can help them and then they can take what I taught them to help somebody else, I feel like I did my job
No,
here
that's
in the
awesome,
community.
man. That's very well put. Yeah, man. I tend to say this a lot, but anytime that you can affect the youth, especially younger kids, I mean, they tend to look up the high school athletes, more specifically, high school football players, pretty much superheroes, man. Like you're golden to them, right? They want to be just like you. They want to put on that jersey and put them pads on one day. Whether they're cut out for it, down the road, maybe not. But if you can give them some advice, you can, show them the way, then anything's possible. So that's awesome. I commend you for that.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So the last piece before I get into the final question, how's your recruitment process going right now? Has it
I feel
opened
like,
up much?
sir.
I said, has it opened up much? You got any
Yes, sir.
opportunities? Any conversations? Tell me a little bit about
I
that.
have right now. I have 7 offers as since the deadline has ended. Well, before I had two. I had Arizona State was my first, and
Okay.
Coastal was the second before the dead period.
You said, hold on, you broke up on the second one. You said Arizona State new?
In Coastal Carolina.
Coastal, okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let's say Coastal Carolina's on the thing right now, aren't they?
Yeah.
they look, they're putting themselves on the map right now. Them, Liberty, Marshall, and Cincinnati. Where'd they
Yeah,
come from, right?
I picked up Liberty. I want to say the week before we put on pass. So that was in August. I picked up Liberty.
Yeah. So yeah,
Um,
man, I was at the Liberty UMaine game last season,
yes,
um,
sir.
and then actually the quarterback that was at UMaine transferred for his final year of eligibility to UMaine. I mean
Mm-hmm.
to Liberty. So Chris Ferguson, he's just a couple of episodes back. If you haven't checked that out, he's a great man.
Oh
Great
yeah,
conversation, shares a lot of details. We go into a lot of stories about my man Darius. We share some emotional moments, but it's strong, man. So I didn't want to take off the beaten path, but
yeah.
Liberty's down the street from me, so I figured, I would just talk about it. They beat Tech yesterday, right? Huge
Mm-hmm.
win, 59-yarder. What? Crazy. All right, so we got Coastal, we got Arizona State, we got Liberty. What else are we working with? And are these
Uh,
school rides, or are they walk-on, like prefer walk-ons? What are they?
Scholarship like for what?
Good deal, man.
Not official yet because I don't think you can get official to the 12th grade.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right. Yep.
Um,
But you got the opportunities. You said Howard?
yes, sir. Howard.
Down the street from me too.
Cincinnati.
Okay.
Um,
Hell, they're in line to possibly make the playoffs this year.
yes, sir.
I mean, they're
Hey,
ranked 6, and they might move up top 5 after this week.
I think they should move up to 5.
Yeah, we'll see.
Picked up East Carolina like a week or two ago.
Okay, so you talked to Coach Houston?
I got Coach Robby.
Okay,
Robby.
okay. Yeah, I was
Yes,
gonna say
sir.
I got to meet Coach Houston a few times when I took Darius to JMU when he was the head coach there. So
Yes, sir.
he's a nice dude. He likes showing off his hardware too. But yeah, no. So you picked up ECU. Anything else? Is that kind of where you're at right now?
That's it.
That's it. Okay. So with Arizona State, right? So obviously they're complete opposite end of the spectrum for us, right? On the opposite end of the country. How'd that conversation come along? Because you said they were the first, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So how'd that happen? Because I mean that's a big time program, especially
Uh,
for a first conversation.
yeah. Like it was really a day. I was here. I was watching my sister. It was like afternoon time, 2 o'clock. Uh, like they had followed me on Twitter like a week or something before this time.
Okay.
So I was here watching my sister, and I was on the phone with my dad, and I got a call from our old head coach, but that's not AD. He called me. He was like, "You need to call Coach Barry because he couldn't call me first because I was still considered young as a
Sure.
sophomore. So
Yep.
he was like, you call this coach. I think they want to offer you." So I called him. We talked. He had a very good conversation.
That's awesome.
He had me do research on the coaching style, like Coach Hearn.
Oh yeah.
And
Coach Edwards, boy, he's a good dude.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And then I say he told me call him back when I find out. And I research everyone over and I get my research on them. So, I mean, I got the research on them. I called him back and told him what I found on all of them. And then he broke it down to me too about them. The information that like the most important that I missed. And then like 5 minutes later, he said, with that being said, he was like, we want to offer you. I was shocked. I was like, what?
That's an all right conversation to have, right? That makes every other conversation a little easier, right? You get a big one out the way first, and then not to say that the other programs aren't big, no disrespect to them.
I forgot. Indiana.
Oh, another one. Where did they come from this year, right?
Yeah,
man. 2020 is a different year.
They put it on Michigan.
You just did they?
And Penn State, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's look, man. You got some choices to make, my man. But look, you also got a whole nother year to put in that work, right? And then keep them keep them in the loop because they're gonna be watching you, right? Because obviously they're gonna keep coming at you. The bigger, stronger, faster you get, the harder they're gonna come. And that's that's great for you. So just soak it up, and be mindful, that whatever path you decide to take, right? Whatever your road to success is, just don't be afraid to take risk, whichever program you decide to go with. And I say that because Darius, he was initially, we were pretty much done deal, thought he was going to be a Virginia Tech Hokie. That was his dream school growing up. That's who he always wanted to play for, right? We took many
Hmm.
trips down to Blacksburg. When Coach Foster was the DC down there, he came down to the school a handful of times. He actually came down his senior year for one last push, and it was the week of the Gator Bowl when Tech was in the Gator Bowl. He came down that Monday, and the Gator Bowl was on Saturday. So
Hmm.
I mean, he took his time out of a very busy week just to come in and have that last conversation. And when UMaine came calling, basically at the 11th hour, I think he flew out Thursday or Friday, the weekend of signing day, right? And it was his last official, and he initially wasn't even gonna go. And I was like, "Look, man, just go out there. It's like a job interview, man. Listen to what they got to say. Soak it up. Be open minded. And in the end, if it's right for you, great. If it's not, no harm, no foul, right? But be open minded. So I say that because once he got there, he said it felt like home almost instantly. It was a small area, much like we live in right now, and the brotherhood was just deep. And them boys up north, man, they're hungry, right? Because there's a lot of boys that go up there. They got a heck of a lot of talent, but maybe they weren't necessarily as great in the classroom, right? They might have slipped up on some test scores or something, and they struggled a little bit here or there. And this program would give them a chance, and they'd go up there and they were hungry. 2018, ultimately, unfortunately, that's 2 weeks into his camp is when he passed away. But he was with them all season long, man. They had the best season in program history. There were plays that just probably humanly shouldn't have happened that were happening. I watched from the end zone against Towson, and they held them, three straight plays on the goal line to win the game, like just
Hmm.
things like that. So I don't want to get too far off track or too deep, but just be open minded, man. You're gonna have plenty more opportunities, and I'm super proud of you for that. So just
Yes,
be
sir.
open minded, listen to them, just listen to what they got to say, right? Because like I said, it's like a big old job interview. Take one conversation, learn from it, so you know what to talk about the next time, right? Uh, so before we get too long winded on that, I'm gonna wrap it up, man. We've taken up a good amount of time. We got a real good snapshot of who you are, right? And I appreciate that. But I'm gonna ask you the question that I ask every single person. So if you've watched an episode, you know what's coming, and that question is going to be what motivates and what drives you to want to wake up tomorrow and be that much more successful than you were today.
Other than really knowing that I got people, watching, looking up to me, it's really my granddad when he passed. It took a toll on me,
Oh,
really.
for sure. I can
When I
imagine.
heard
I'm
it,
sorry to hear that.
yeah. Uh, it just always been a guy like I love, love. I love hearing him going over my granddad house because he taught a lot, really. Me, us just sitting on the porch, just looking, or just being around with him. And even he taught me how to fish. First thing I fished on was a Kango pole
Okay,
with a line in the hook and a worm.
there you
I
go.
put it out there. He helped me catch my first crappie.
Crappy.
Caught
Okay.
my first crappie.
See, I caught some bluegill. We'd have to go to the little freshwater pond, boy. I catch some bluegill. But yeah, no, I hear you. Go ahead.
And my dad, like I just know my dad was a good player back then.
Yeah.
So I feel like since he was good, it carry on to me. So I gotta push it to get to the next level to play.
Yep. You want to be just as good, if not better, right? And
Yes,
and
sir.
not better, to be disrespectful, but to show him what he built, right? What he helped grow. So that's huge. That's very well put. Very strong things to keep you motivated. And I think you're on the right path, man. I looked at some of your film, and you got some talent, my man. So it's
Yes,
it's
sir.
gonna it's gonna take you very far, and hopefully we can run this back next season. We'll stay in contact and bring you back on. Maybe you'll have some more opportunities to talk about, maybe some new strengths that you done built up, right? You might come back just bang, twice the size you are now. You might not even hit your growth spurt yet. But yeah, man, we're gonna stay in contact. I wish you nothing but the best, especially in your last game. You know, play strong, play hard, finish hard, and keep doing your thing in the classroom too. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. So I'm gonna end the show with that, and I'm gonna let everybody know again. Please, please, please subscribe. You know, like, share on all your social media, man. These types of conversations go a long way because everybody's got a story to tell, and everybody's story can impact somebody in a different manner. And I think you've dropped some great knowledge, and I think some young men can really learn some things from you. And hopefully, you're open if they reach out to you to share some best practices because it's always nice to network and build up, friendships regardless of where you are. So I appreciate your time, my man. And until next time, we'll chat.